Once again, welcome back to the Men's Room podcast. I'm Ade Oladipo alongside my sidekick Rory Jennings. Today's subject, the specialist one for me and Rory, men's grooming.
Is that our specialist?
Of course it is.
I think that it may have been once, but the world has changed, mate.
With your Barnet, it probably still is.
I'm not convinced. I think there was a time, a long time ago, when we would have been considered fairly metrosexual.
Yeah, I like the way we're putting me and you together.
No, but I think the way that we approach this kind of thing is similar. But if you look at the way that it's changed over the past decade, I think Miles is a great example to use here.
Let's introduce him first. Murdoch London's head barber, Miles Wood-Smith. Miles, really appreciate you coming down.
Cheers, man.
To the den.
Thank you. Yeah, the den.
Yeah. He's got a West Ham tattoo on as well, so you got to you got to be careful welcoming him
sweat,
to the
man.
den. Yeah,
don't at all. Miles, talk to us about men's grooming, because when we think about it, 15 years ago, it's almost an industry that I don't think even existed. It probably did, sort of, behind the scenes, but not for me. I couldn't think about it. All I did 15 years ago was a bar of soap and a bit of coconut butter, and that was it. I'm out of the house. Things have changed now.
Yeah, I mean, that's not bad, coconut butter, to be fair.
Got a bit of coconut butter.
Yeah, no, it's gone mad. It has gone mad. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time, cutting hair and stuff, but I think the main difference is that it used to be, like you were saying earlier, metrosexual, right? It was like guys that really, it was like, there was like this small sort of section of guys that did it, went and spent a bit of money and stuff. Now it's just everyone, man. I think everyone, because I think it's like a bit of a snowball, isn't it?
But it's also changed in as much as, at least from my understanding of it, it's changed in as much as how far you're ready to go. So 15 years ago, say, my friends would quite often ridicule me for being quite metrosexual, being quite out there using grooming products.
What was your
but it was mine.
Like what though? Brill cream?
No, it would just be if we went away, we went away on a football trip.
Yeah.
If we went, Chelsea were playing away in France, I would have a little bag, and in that would be a selection of products, a face scrub, a face moisturiser. If I was really serious, a bit of under eye serum. Clarins do a lovely one, but that would be it. Whereas now, what's happened is, I'm sort of seen as being like, everyone does that much, but it's now gone so much further. Like, men actually wear makeup. And fairly normally now, it's seen as being an acceptable, normal.
I don't know if is it the norm.
I'd say there's still a little bit of a. I've kind of got my foot in two worlds, right? Because I work in an industry where we do have a lot of men that will come in and they wear, like you're saying, that brand that was like war paint, right?
Yeah.
And they have to call it that, right? So it's not normal enough.
I like that brand name as well.
But they have to call it
that shows how not normal.
Put a bit of a masculine spin on an otherwise feminine ideal.
Going out.
Yeah, we can't wear it unless it's like about like murder and that. And then we're like, all right, I'll wear it now.
It's hard now.
Yeah. Do you want to put any makeup on? No. Do you want to put war paint on? Yes.
Yeah, go on. Sign me up.
It's not moisturiser. It's like, it's like kill cream. Yeah, man, I'll chuck that on. But so I don't think it's been completely like normalised. But like, I mean, I can see, like you were saying a bit about my nails earlier. Like, I've got my nails done, right? Yeah. And I did it because my little sister, she wanted to get her nails done, and she's a student, she ain't got any money. So I said, I'll go with you and pay for it. And when I was in there, I was like, you know what, this actually looks pretty cool, man.
What, you had them done professionally?
Yeah. Mate, I can't do that, look. I can't do that myself.
I thought you had the skills.
No.
There's levels to this.
There is a very clever little detail of a heart shape at the end of most of Miles's nails.
Just my metal fingers.
Okay, I did see that. It's impressive. Yeah. So you've got that's called something, isn't it?
It's called shellac.
So your nails are shellac.
Yeah.
See, do you know what's quite interesting? Having had a conversation with you for 7 minutes, I wouldn't necessarily, and like I say, I've known you now for 7 minutes. They've been wonderful, joyous 7 minutes, but that's all it's been. Your character, your personality, the West Ham tattoos don't conform to a man who has shellacked fingernails.
I agree, and I'll tell you what,
he's not a conformist.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know bravery until you go Stratford with your nails painted, mate.
I think that's true.
I'm telling you.
I think that's true.
You know what,
I'm telling you, my hands in my pockets.
As a Stratford man myself, I think you've got to have the kahunas to walk through Stratford with your nails painted. One big change in male grooming, I think, over the last 5 years, I'm not going to go back further than that, is the beard.
Yeah.
That's either saved a lot of men's life, that has the beard. What's happened? Where's this come from? The beard gang?
Honestly, man, I don't even know, right? Like, when I first started barbering, I didn't have a beard. Because I was like, when I first started barbering at Murdoch, I was like 20. was like 19, 20. I couldn't grow a beard. And I got there, everyone's got these, like, you know, like when everyone had like that side part and skin fade and massive beard. And then they wore like, what are them things? Braces. And now you look back and you're like, oh my God. But I remember at the time thinking, oh my God, that's so cool, man. So I had to like grow my
Crystal
beard
Palace
out.
midfielder. Do you remember the Crystal Palace? Jedinak, was it?
Yeah.
Mate.
Oh, he's got the greatest beard ever.
I was DMing him all the time. Like, mate, come in. Let me do your beard, bro. But it's gone. I just feel like with beards, I just feel like most guys kind of feel like they look better with a beard.
See, I couldn't disagree more with that statement.
Really?
I couldn't disagree more.
Well, that guys, you know what? That guys don't look better.
I don't think that you look better. I think everybody looks better clean shaven. Look, this is just my opinion on it. I think everybody looks better clean shaven.
Is this because of your lack of growth?
No, I mean, I've got, you may be able to deduce, I've got a tiny little bit of growth today because I was rushed and because I've got a gap in my day today. So I'm going to have a lovely afternoon. I'm going for a massage and whatever. So I'm going to let them shave me. Right, so I've let it grow in order to benefit from my day of luxuriousness. But for me, having a shave is equivalent to... It's just part of getting dressed in the morning. So what I do is I wake up, I ultimately have a shower, I put some pants on, I shave, I put the rest of my clothing on, I put my watch on, I go to work. I think that you aren't fully dressed if you haven't had a shave. It's
I think there is a stage of when the beard looks messy, and you either decide to shave it, like you've obviously got this little growth there where it looks a bit like unkept and untidy, or you let it grow out and shape it up like, you know, me and Miles have done, and it looks quite smart.
You know
it looks
what?
okay.
I say it to people, like, when they're growing their beard out in the shop, I say, like, there's basically a difference, right, between having a beard and just not shaving. And that's what it is, right? It's like, if you were to grow it out a little bit, I'm telling you, man, you might like it.
During lockdown,
I think I've seen a photo of you with it.
During lockdown, I sort of went insane, as most people did, and I grew a beard. I don't know who I was anymore. I wasn't living in London. I had a beard. I just lost my full sense of who I was in a sort of existential sense. And people liked it. It was quite popular. My wife massively liked it, actually, which was sort of beneficial. But I just couldn't get on board with it at all. I quite like being clean cut. And do you know the other thing that I think is interesting about modern day grooming and beards? And I think tattoos are part of this. When I was a kid, tattoos were the preserve of the lunatic.
The gangsters.
You knew who you were. If you went in a pub and a geezer had a West Ham tattoo, you're like, right, swerve him, he can have some. He's probably just got had a nick. Right, that's sort of the way that you look at it. And it was great because you were either a sailor or a nutter. And that's why you had a tattoo. And beards were sort of part of that as well. It was rebellious. Whereas now, the biggest rebel in the world is me. I don't have a tattoo and I don't have a beard. I'm basically the lunatic.
Yeah, you're almost becoming extinct.
Everybody I know. If you think about, everybody will have their own sort of case study and pool to use here, right? I'll use my WhatsApp group of my mates, my group of mates, 8 people. I'm the only one that doesn't have a beard and doesn't have a tattoo. Everybody else has both a tattoo and a beard. I'm the rebel, mate. I'm leading the charge.
I mean, I agree, man. Like, but then you see, I'll take my mates on my WhatsApp group. I'm the only one that's got one tattoo.
Really?
And a beard. Yeah, like they are all clean shaven, no tattoos.
Where's your? This is interesting then. So that social circle is from your youth.
So yeah, that's like my friends. So I lived in like Hemel Hempstead,
right? Okay.
Which is like beautiful town just outside of Watford.
Yeah.
And like all my friends that grew up around there, they're all just like they all do sort of office jobs and you know they go to like the farmers market and stuff. They don't have, none of them have any tattoos, none of them have a beard or anything. So whenever I'm like with my friends in London, it's like everyone kind of looks, we're all hipsters. And then I go out there and I'm just like a freak basically. And
I can see that. I suppose maybe I think it's called false consensus, isn't it? When you think everybody is like your social circle. And my social circle is fairly metropolitan London, hipster. Everyone's got a statement sock and a MacBook, a tash, and a tattoo. Yeah. But I suppose
you've got the MacBook.
We've got
and signs of a tash. So you are slowly but surely creeping in.
Mate, you'll see me tonight, and you will actually see me tonight. That'll be long gone.
There was a study that bearded men are more confident. True or false?
I mean, I don't know. What, as in like what?
Can't argue with a study, Adi, can he? What can you say?
Asked 100 men and 99 said we are confident.
More men, bearded men more confident. I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know if the beard makes a difference on that one. Like I mean, so during lockdown, I lost myself as well. And because I had hair down to here up until about 3 days ago, and I buzzed it all off and everything.
Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I just look like an idiot. I just didn't like it. And I shaved my beard off for the first time in like 10 years. And I'll be honest, yeah, man, I had like no...
yeah, no confidence.
Mate, I look like a potato as well, like in colour as well. Like because I've been out in the sun every day and shaved the beard off because I thought, you know what, like I want to get the face out and see what it looks like. Man, it's just pointless, man.
I think that to grow a to grow a beard does require an element of confidence, and I can see why it would inspire confidence because it's quite a robust, masculine demonstration of your vibrancy, isn't
I've got a crazy stat for you. This is another one. In a recent study, 1 in 5 men said they would give up sex for a full year if it mean they could grow the perfect beard.
That's so dumb.
Give up sex.
That's
for a
so
full
stupid.
Year. Beard's important, dude.
No, it isn't.
Oh, well, we've got the barber here. He'll tell you how many men come in there,
man,
and they can't connect, and they're desperate to connect, and they can't connect.
It's so
the
weird,
beard.
this, right? Because I'm so. Mate, do you know what I've heard? Do you know I've seen somebody who had a beard, and somebody I know commented on the beard and sort of congratulated him on his beard.
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, nice work on that." Like, what are you talking about? You don't get. That's like not far off congratulating someone on being tall, or congratulating someone on being.
This is
full of hair on their
he
head.
Clearly doesn't understand, and you can obviously educate him now. The effort it takes.
Yeah, it's
to
a thing
grow
though, isn't it?
good
Like
beard.
when you're walking down the street and you see someone who's got like a proper,
You're like,
but
yo,
you
that's a
kind of
good
be
beard,
like yeah, nice mate. Like
Honestly,
it's like
there's this thing you walk past.
Really?
It's like black people do it when we walk past each other. It's the nod.
Really,
Just
if
the
I
nod.
see somebody with a big beard like that, I immediately think tramp.
Do you?
Kind of, yeah. Beard, and tramp is
What, a
synonymous.
shape? No. You're talking. We're not talking the bloody beard that someone like Castaway. Yeah. We're not talking the Tom Hanks down to your belly beard. We're talking a good, good shaped beard like I've got and Miles has.
You more than me, mate.
As soon as he came in, I gave him a little nod.
Do you not think that he needs to sort out the amount of
grain.
salt in the salt and pepper?
Perfect.
Because there's far more salt than pepper going on there.
Nah,
isn't
that's you know what, man. That's a bit of texture.
Bang.
Do you know what I mean?
Needed
It gives you a bit of
I've
texture.
needed you in my life.
He's gonna paraphrase that line every time I
Take
say
it, man.
Because he always says this, a bit more salt and pepper.
Let's rehearse it. Let's just see if you've nailed it. Ade, there's a lot of salt in that beard.
No, it's just texture.
I mean, you're throwing a lot of shade at him for the beard, man. Have you got any pictures of when you grew your beard out?
I think I probably do.
I mean,
just have to go back to 2020.
I feel like that would be important, right?
As he's doing that, talk to us about sort of the products that men use and just the amount of money now spent on beard products alone. Like before we even talk about grooming products, beard products.
I mean, it's absolutely mad. I mean, we were talking about beard shampoo earlier, right?
Yeah.
And you were saying that you
Don't
felt like
believe
it was
it.
a
It's
bit,
not real. It's not real.
Mate, I completely get it, right?
Yeah.
It's just different, right? Because the hair on your beard is a little bit different to hair on your head normally. And the skin on your face is a little bit different to skin on your head. So you need like a different pH balance. And so it is a thing.
Jesus,
it is a thing,
deep.
honestly.
Yeah.
But like if you were to use like a hair shampoo on your beard, it's not going to like kill you. Do you know what I mean? It's fine.
Yeah.
But probably shouldn't say that because we sell the beard shampoo. But like it is important. But the main two is the ones that I brought with me. So I brought you the oil.
Yeah.
And you can mix it with the moisturiser, right? Because the only thing, the difference is with beard products, there's normally kind of 3 basic ones. You got like a moisturiser, an oil, and then like a balm.
Important stuff.
I know, man. It's all a bit confusing, right?
Important stuff.
So the oil, I mean, you use oil, so you get it,
oil.
right? And it's perfect for your hair type, right? Because you got that like real, like thick, curly,
curly, which I don't like sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a bit difficult. 'Cause when I brush it, it looks like I've not brushed it 5 minutes later. It curls up.
You got to get that
immediately.
trimmed all the time, right?
All
but,
the time.
But the difference is with your beard, right? If you grew it out, man, you could carve it like marble.
fantastic.
Do you know what I mean?
What?
He's
Mate,
right. He's right.
what are you doing?
He's right. Rory, don't
This
be
is a
jealous.
man whose
if you want to
ego-
exit the conversation, get out now.
I need to steer the conversation away. This man's ego is already really, really problematic. What did you just say? Something about marble?
So I could carve that beard out like marble. You grew it out a
Absolutely
little bit.
not. Well, you're forbidden from doing that.
Okay.
Please do not do that.
I apologise.
But you know when I mentioned before, looking
it's
very
actually-
unkept.
Yeah.
Look at that. That man doesn't deserve employment.
You do look a mess.
Thank you.
That's no, it's
my
the hair
point.
as well. Then normally
Yeah,
you got your
it's the hair.
It's the
And-
hair. You got that piece of little hair over. I don't know what you think,
Mate,
you're doing.
I'll tell you what I will not accept from you.
Yeah.
Hair
talk.
slander.
We'll
You
get to
you
that
can
in a
do the
second.
gym thing, you can do the strength thing, but hair slander, absolutely not.
Yeah, I left that
Unacceptable.
conversation 15 years ago. In terms of, sorry, Roy, in terms of like the start for a day for you, because I'm guessing you use all the good stuff before you leave the house. Give me an example of your morning routine.
Well,
night out morning. So not rushing off to work.
Oh, okay,
Night out.
yeah. Mate, honestly, I'm pretty low maintenance.
Really, are you?
But it's like, you know, when you, I don't know, right? Because you talk about like all sorts, right, with your job. I imagine you're talking like boxing. And, yeah. So like when you're out having a drink with your mate, or you're like, do you want to talk about it anymore? Do you know what I mean? Because I'm doing beards all day. So, but I will use like, I'll shampoo my hair like anyone else. I'll just use the moisturiser in my beard, shampoo the beard. That's it, man. I don't.
Bit of facial wash.
Yeah, actually, yeah, but I don't use Mert. I use Aesop on that one. But we do one as well. But like, I love Aesop, man. They're sweet. Yeah. So yeah, I use like a face wash.
That's dear though, isn't it?
Mate.
So you're prepared to? See,
no, my mate works there. So.
Oh right, because I nicked that one from my wife.
Oh,
like,
really?
She gets really annoyed, but that's the one
it's
that
so good, man.
Yeah,
he gives me a big old discount.
Which one do you use? What is it?
Aesop is the one I.
How much is it? When you say dear?
I just know that it's dear. I don't know, but I get in trouble for nicking it.
15?
No.
I used a hand soap, and it's like £25. Yeah. But but I get I get it.
I get the reason I know it's dear isn't because I've ever bought it. It's because I nick it from my wife, and I get in trouble for nicking it. That's how dear it is. She's like, stop using my Aesop.
What cream do you guys use? Out of interest.
What, like moisturiser?
Yeah, like moisturiser.
I'm just Clarins Clinique, or like just always one of those two, just for men.
We brought out a face moisturiser, and it's so good. We have to reformulate it now because we sell most of our stuff in America, and you have to have SPF. Because obviously,
what's that? Like sun protection. What, they have to have an innate...
You don't have to, but like if they won't buy it unless you have SPF. Right. And obviously we're in England, right? So we made it, being like, why would I need that? So like, so we basically we're reformulating it, and I still have some at home. So I use our moisturiser. If I didn't use ours, I'd use Aesop, man. Like because the thing is with like our barb shop and like stores like Aesop and these other places, there's another one. Is it called like? It's not called Mankind or something like that. There was this shop.
There it is.
Is it Mankind?
I think it is. Yeah. It is Mankind.
I haven't seen it for ages.
We're not talking about the wrestler now. We are talking about the
What so there are those brands that are marketed for me. Is that what you mean? Like there's one that I sometimes use as well. Quick at the gym, Bulldog.
That Bulldog.
So Bulldog. Yeah, so Bulldog's
Man
another
Cave.
one.
There's Man Cave as well.
See, I would never use that just because I hate like that marketing of like Man Cave and stuff. I just like that. But like these are the places you go in, and then they'll look at you and be like, "Oh, your skin's like this." And it was like the first time anyone had said that my skin... I didn't know there was different types of skin. And then they give you something specific for your skin.
Space NK do that.
Oh, Space NK.
Space NK are very good for that.
If you're worse than me, mate.
Wait, 1 second, pause. Pause a second, Rory. All of a sudden, he's naming moisturisers.
No, I do take
so
an
you
interest.
know all this stuff.
No, I do take an interest.
Are you one of those pretend that you don't do all this work in the morning, but you do?
What I mean, I think I hope I've been completely honest and completely transparent. From the very start of this, I like it. I like grooming. I've always done it. I was a pioneer of the male grooming world. It's just gone way beyond where I'm prepared to go. It's gone way beyond that. But I've always...
When you say beyond, do you mean the makeup thing?
Yeah,
that sounds like the only thing that you wouldn't do.
Yeah, is that your line?
Is that your line?
Makeup I certainly wouldn't do. Any kind of makeup I wouldn't have.
You know, Rory used to be an actor.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So have you ever done makeup on a set? Be honest.
Yeah, no.
And not wiped it off because it looks good and carried on going out.
No, I've not wiped it off through laziness, but no, I've never cared enough about things like that. Yeah. The makeup thing is not what I would do, but yeah, I just think that the metrosexualism a decade ago was fellas trying to look good within a bracket. That bracket has shifted, as these things naturally do, because different eras, different young cultures change things. And it's gone beyond where I'm prepared to go. But in terms of like having an interest in looking after my skin, in terms of taking and spending some time and money in making sure that I look after things, like when I go to the shower at the gym, I carry 3 things, sometimes 4 bottles, different bottles. But that's it. So it'd be a face wash, a body wash, a shampoo, and then potentially a conditioner, depending on what I'm doing. But they're all fairly standard now, aren't they? No, but I think that they're all fairly standard.
Are they?
Yeah, I would say so.
I think that most fellas probably do that.
What's the extreme then? If that's the standard, what are we talking is the extreme?
I think shellac the nails is extreme, isn't it?
No,
you know what? You'd be surprised, mate.
Like, really? See, this is the thing. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Let's go.
But it's also, I think there's subcultures, right? Like I like punk music, so. And
that's always been part of it, hasn't it?
Yeah,
even in its like rogue sense.
One of my favourite bands, NoFX. I don't know if you know NoFX, but the singer's called Fat Mike. He wears like a tutu. He's a big guy, and he wears like a tutu. He's got his nails done. He's been doing that for like 30 years.
Right.
So there's been people doing it, right? And then you look back at like Black Sabbath, even like Ozzy Osbourne was having his nails done, and he's like the coolest guy of all time. So like it's kind of cyclical. I just think it's become a little bit more like.
But those people were considered,
mavericks, man.
Yeah, true.
Mavericks and extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just your average Joe on the street, but your average Joe on the street now.
You can't sort of cite Sid Vicious and then go. So it's all like he was kind of known.
Yeah, he was kind of known for it. Yeah.
But I mean, but Sid Vicious was just dressing like everyone else, all the other punks in London at that point. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, and he just had little spiky hair. There's people out there with 6-foot mohawks and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, look, we're in the area for it. This is where this is being filmed, and you are going to get a lot of hipsters where a bit of shellacking. It is the norm. It's just the norm.
I mean, it's weird, man.
You must provoke a reaction. I think the shellacking. I do honestly think like it is quite an extreme way. That to me at least.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Mate, I'm a dad who lives
It's weird.
in the sticks now.
It's
Do you know
weird
what
actually.
I mean?
Me looking at both of you.
Yeah.
Like if you were brothers and had gone that way, and come back, and you're both so different. In terms of the look, but I do think a lot of what you guys do in terms of the moisturizer, the facial cleanser, I think it could be very similar.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. It's
you
just
use more than me, mate.
UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya.
Yeah.
UFC fight. You can't get more masculine than that.
Yeah.
Nails painted.
Yeah.
Does he really?
Paints his nails. Yeah. Paints his nails.
Yeah, it looks badass,
and
man.
not even
Out of fashion.
Out of fashion.
Yeah, and he wears all pearls and stuff.
Wears the earring, the pearls.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit easier, right? Because if someone's like, "Oh, mate, you got your nails painted," right? He can just like spin and kick. Whereas I'm just going to get battered.
I'm 6'4". I'm the UFC champion. What are you going to do about it?
Do you know what? You're absolutely right. Because also, the conversation doesn't even happen. He's never going to have to do like a Chung Lee kick.
It's funny because someone was
antagonising
him a couple of weeks ago about it. Like, yo, look at you! You got another fighter. Yeah. That fighter got knocked out.
By him?
No, by someone that he was going to fight.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was like, look at you, I'd fight you outside. Look at you nail painted man. And that guy basically won the argument. He done well and then he got beat up. So it kind of...
Right.
But you are right. Like, there's definitely... I forget I have them, right? Because I just do them because I like them. And I do it because it's a nice thing for me and my little sister to do together.
Yeah, it's bonding.
Just because she's a student, so I don't really see her, So then every, 3 weeks we'll go, get the nails done and that. I still find it awkward. Like, it took me ages to tell them to cut them really short. Because they kept, the lady, she's amazing, but she's doing a proper,
How did she react? When you went in with your little sister and you said, "I'm going to get mine done." Was she not that she should care or anything?
No, she was cool, man.
Not shocked, not surprised,
not
nothing,
at all, mate. She was like, "What do you want done?" I said, "Oh, this is what I want." Showed a little picture.
Do you do your nails in a shop? Do you do your nails?
No.
You haven't done them. Have you never done a manicure before? No. Have you ever got a manicure?
No, I've never had a manicure.
Interesting. I have.
Yeah, it's nice, right?
It's amazing.
So good.
Oh my god, it's like. But even now, though, I did it in South Africa when I was out there. I've not done it over here. And there's a couple of times where I want to go in and I see a lot of girls in there and I just keep on moving.
Yeah.
And I don't go in. I don't know why.
You got to get over it. I get that, man. Because even when I'm sat there, sometimes... Because obviously, I've got a few tattoos and stuff, and my hair was down here. I just look, I was getting my nails done and there was girls coming in and just stopping, talking. And then that made me feel a bit awkward and stuff. Because it's a bit... I think it's traditionally more of a female space, right?
Yeah.
But also, I just don't care. I just like it. And I think there's a lot of guys now that are just like, you know what, mate, I just, whatever. I'm just going to get what I like.
That's certainly how you should be about it as well. That's certainly how you should feel. Like, you should do exactly what you want.
Within our own circles and groups, do you think you see more men, more of your friends, sort of just looking after themselves now, like that? So not just the gym, but, hair, weight, everything.
Yes. I think society is going that way, isn't it? I find it weird, actually, because I think we're also constantly being told that we're fatter than ever and more unfit than ever and more likely to die of heart disease than ever, and everything's going the wrong way. But I don't think there's been a time in history where we've been more aware of our weight, more aware of what we eat, more aware of looking after ourselves from a young age.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't smoke, don't drink too. I mean, I feel like we know more.
It's been drilled into us now, man. Constantly.
Yeah, you've got calories on menus. And
that's ridiculous, by the way.
Yeah, ridiculous.
I mean, it's amazing the knowledge that the average man has on my job as well, on barbering, right? They'll come in for the first time ever and I'll be like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you. What do you want?" And it's not like, "Oh, I just want a bit shorter." They'll run through terms that barbers use and
really?
I want this there, and it's a nightmare, mate.
Like when I was young, it used to be a photo. People would get a picture of David Beckham and go, "I want to look like that."
Mate, literally, yeah.
That's still a thing?
That still happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, mate,
in the
some
shops,
of the photos I get
in the
man,
shops.
yeah.
You see them up there, don't you?
Yeah.
There's a picture of me with hair, I swear. later, and the guy,
There's a picture of you with hair.
With hair, and I've got a star. You know, like back at everyone used to do these
Yeah,
stupid
yeah,
things.
yeah.
You know, people used to like Nike ticks in the back of their head.
Yeah.
I've done something stupid, and I'm still there in Charlie's.
That's amazing.
I'm gonna have to look.
Yeah,
at
I want
Get
that.
him,
Yeah,
get him.
yeah.
I would love
Yeah.
to look at
So
that.
imagine how many people have gone into that barbershop and gone, I want the Ade Oladipo.
Yeah, and then Ade walks past.
yeah.
Here he is, 20 years later. Male grooming and skincare products now have an estimated worldwide market value of 41 billion.
That's not surprising at all, is it?
Not
I'd love
at
to have
all,
known
man.
what that stat was 20 years ago.
It would be nothing comparable to that number.
Yeah, it'd be.
Yeah, compared to that number.
Would it
it'd
even be in the
nothing.
billions?
I mean, probably just about, but I don't know, man.
I don't know enough about the economics of it. but
41 billion.
Well, this is the thing, right? With our products, is that obviously we sell them here and we sell them in like John Lewis and all this kind of stuff, and they do okay. But my main job is going over to America and promoting them over there. And we're in a store over there. It's like this massive department store chain called Nordstrom, and it was like my first time to America. And man, people just buy stuff. Like men will go in, they'll be like, "What's that?" And I'll be like, "It's like a beard thing." And they'll, "I'll take
It's
6."
also really. I'm looking at the branding now. As Addie's looking, it's also incredibly clean. It's
perfect,
and
innit?
also
Lovely.
Take that home, mate.
Like it's almost like it'll make your bathroom look better, wouldn't it, when you put it down?
Oh, mate, you're better than me at this.
Yeah, no.
I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
I was supposed to be.
No,
talking
it's
about
very
work.
we used to work in sales.
Oh, okay.
Mate, it's very important that.
Isn't
it's
it?
very important.
Bathroom got look.
I'm
going to read. Shall I read out what it says on the back? What it does. This is what it supposedly does.
Supposedly.
All in all, all in one, beard bestseller conditions and softens facial hair and the skin underneath. Your beard will look healthier and feel more comfortable for you, and more importantly, anyone who comes near it.
I wrote that.
So
Did
it's almost,
you?
It's almost
Yeah,
like
I wrote all
selling
of
sex
this,
as
mate.
well,
I'm
isn't it?
yeah.
Anyone, I like it.
That's our bestseller by far, man. That
Really?
one's great. Yeah, because
How much is that?
The main thing is, oh mate, don't do me like that. But I think it's
50 quid.
No. I think it's 24.
It's also got a
But obviously
great. It's
free
such
for you.
clean
Thank you.
branding. It really
Thank
is.
you,
It's like
man.
such clean branding. Murdoch London's always going to do well in the States as well. As soon as you put
London, as soon as
London,
you
on
put
it,
London,
That,
anything.
honestly, like my accent's completely
Like
different. when I'm
Murdoch
out there.
Manchester wouldn't work in the States, would it? Murdoch Coventry.
Jesus.
It's not going to work, is it?
yeah, it's a little bit Fools and Horses, isn't it?
Yeah.
London, Paris, Peckham, or whatever it was.
Yeah. Honestly. Funny, because we're talking about, obviously, he's got a great barnet.
Yes.
Some don't, including myself, which I've now accepted. It's weird. This started happening, i.e. going bald, maybe when I was 24, 25, and it was quite weird back then, but I would love 2-packs, so it didn't matter. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's okay, bald it anyway, and it was okay. Thank God I've got a decent head shape. There are some, though, men that are spending millions,
Oh man.
if not billions, going to Turkey.
That's
and
to me
doing-
is a part of the. You know when I was saying it's gone too far.
Is that
to me?
you're talking-
You know
yeah.
the fellas that pop off to Turkey and come back with brand new set of Hampsteads and that.
Yeah.
I do find that very weird as well.
Sorry, again, Rory doing his Cockney rhyming slang. I just have to translate. Hampstead Heath teeth.
But that to me is that. You know when I was saying it's gone that one bit too far.
Yeah.
Where do you sit on that front?
What, new teeth?
New teeth, new
I'm
hair.
gonna need them eventually. I don't mind all that.
The new teeth, you wouldn't do it?
Yeah, but not like
they
him.
look
No, I wouldn't do like.
crazy.
No, I wouldn't do the
Not like,
Jurgen
oh,
Klopp.
yeah,
So no.
They look crazy.
Firmino,
Firmino,
yeah, I
yeah.
wouldn't do that. But there's some that I just think look clean.
Well,
Look
mate,
nice.
the guy that there's a guy that works at the CAF down the road from my barbershop, and he's Egyptian. And I didn't see him for like a week. He came back and he'd gone to Egypt and got new teeth put in, and they look amazing. And they were like 120 quid for all
Yeah, but
of
mate,
them.
they're going to look great for a couple of weeks. He's back in Egypt now, having them done again.
He's getting his
You can't
barnet done in like next month.
Bit of whitening. No,
It hurts,
whitening.
man. It hurts.
I
It
do-
does.
I do whitening.
I've done the
The
whitening.
trays.
Yeah.
It's agony though.
Really?
It's agony.
Was it doing it
For
wrong,
you,
man?
yeah.
Mate, yeah, the,
With the little
trays.
light.
He went
Where you-
Egypt.
No, I didn't. I got the trays and you put the gel in it
Yeah.
and put them in overnight.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's too
Overnight?
painful for me. Yeah.
Oh, the one I use is you put it in for like 10 minutes.
Oh no,
that's
I'm
what I need.
overnight as well.
Yeah,
overnight you
overnight.
sleep with it. Yeah, you wake up
Didn't
and then
like that.
spit it all out. and
Yeah,
it's
I
a bit-
can't be doing that. But I
it's a
like
bit
the
violent.
sandblaster. You know where they just blast them. I'd
What
get that
about
done
the
every 6
barnets
months.
being done?
Oh, what, like getting it?
Going over and
I
doing
mean,
the
so-
transplants or whatever it is, or
Well, we don't. You know what? Like, I've never ever seen anyone, and I might be wrong here, but like personally, I've never seen anyone, and they've gone like, "Oh, I've had a hair transplant," and I've gone, "No way!" Like, I know they've had a hair transplant.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like, sometimes I feel like if you've got like just a little bit receding, and you get that bit sort of filled up,
do that quickly.
Yeah, I feel like you can get away
it
with it.
now.
Right? But if you're completely bald and you come back with some massive barnet,
But you're allowed to do that now.
course you
Like
are,
society has been like certain footballers.
What to go from extreme though?
Well, like Rob Holding. Rob
Oh,
Holding
yeah.
didn't have a hair on his head, and he comes back and he's got David Ginola hair.
Andros Townsend.
Andros
Yeah, but that's a
had
wig.
his coloured in.
Is it a wig?
That's a
He's
wig, mate.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
wig.
that's a wig.
Oh, here we go. We should bring this out.
Wait, no, I think it's a wig. I think it's a
tattoo.
No,
Someone told me it was a tattoo.
Carlton, I think Carlton's
Carlton's done a tattoo.
Has
had
he?
his
Yeah,
tat-
Carlton's done his. I think the same person that done Carlton's reached out to me and said, Ade, would you mind? I was like,
What, I'll colour in your head?
You're like, yeah, tattoo.
I'll do that for you.
Would never want to do it.
Yeah,
Absolutely
because
not.
it's like...
It's too obvious.
Yeah, I think it is
looks
as
obvious,
well.
yeah.
I mean, Carlton's, you know...
And
I'm
Carlton's,
West
I don't know why he's doing bald head like me. He's got a great head. I don't know what's wrong with
He's
him.
got a great head.
He's got a great head.
Do you
shape.
rank people's heads? He's got a great head.
When they start losing their hair, it's important.
It is
DMX
mad.
What, the
had a
shape
great
of
head
it?
shape. Yeah, great
DMX
head shape.
had a great
Great
head
head
shape.
shape.
He did. Solid.
Solid.
Very solid.
Very, very solid.
And the thing is, I find as well, right? Guys that lose their hair, normally, genetically, they grow much better beards. So
No,
I swear to God.
No, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
Because you know why you go bald? I think I'm getting into a territory that I'm not that familiar with. But I think the reason that people go bald is testosterone. Testosterone makes you bald. Therefore,
What, too much?
too much testosterone, being full of... So, for example, somebody like me, I'm not a hairy man.
Yeah.
I'm not a hairy man. I'm not particularly full of testosterone. I keep my hair.
Right.
You know those fellas who are like Ade, for example, full of testosterone, not a hair on his head. But obviously
That's
that
very- that might
leads
be true.
to... Yeah.
It does sound
all those,
it
big,
is.
all those
It-
big bodybuilders
Yeah.
that kind of inject themselves with more testosterone. No hair.
Yeah, I think that there is definitely a correlation between fellas like me who aren't particularly like, I'm not covered in hair. Do you know what I mean? I've got
Yeah.
no hair on my body really, but I'm all right on the head. I think
Yeah.
there is a correlation. Are you full of hair on your body?
No, not really, you know. Not
No.
really.
You're like a seal pup under there.
Bit more than that.
But no,
Not
you,
a rug,
you
anyway.
don't have. Do you have to give a trim up?
No.
Everywhere?
Oh, well, what area are we talking
Everywhere.
about here? Some areas, yeah. Some areas more than others.
Yeah,
It's
got
polite
a
to have a
manscaped.
bit of a trim. Yeah, it's
But
pol-
only, well, yeah, no, you've got to have a proper trim, haven't you?
I think not proper. No, not proper.
wait.
I go
What
sort of-
grade- what
sort of-
grade
I
are
go
you-
for like
Yeah,
number
we're talking
2.
like-
No, you don't.
Is that? I don't actually know.
I go number
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, number one.
A
yeah.
2 is like, you still,
Two,
there's a
you
bit of
still
length
got,
there.
you still got
Yeah.
quite a lot of length.
Yeah.
That means you are a hairy son down there.
No, I'm not. No, so not that then. So not that. No, I sometimes get a bit carried away and go like a bit too far. You ever done that?
No,
You ever got a
it's
bit bald
dangerous
down there?
shaving down there.
No, but there's a new thing. We know we're not giving free publicity out, but
Oh, that thing.
there's a thing with no nick technology which changes everything.
Really?
Yeah, because there was a time when
If they want to sponsor this episode, we're
Exactly,
more than happy
exactly.
To,
We're not doing it for free, though.
No,
I know
sure.
what you're talking about with that one, yeah.
yeah, so no, that works. You get a little light on it, use it in the shower. It's a gift that keeps giving.
What about sort of clothes and sort of the money spent on sort of attire? Has that changed for any of you?
I think so, yeah. Like, I think, I don't know, like, I definitely spend money on clothes, but like, I guess I think most guys, especially in London, right? Like everyone's. I mean, look at you guys, right? Like you're well put together. Right? Everyone dresses pretty. You kind of have to, right? You kind of have to dress fairly all right.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that costs that much money. Because like my shirt, this was like £12. These are terrible. These from H&M. These are like £15. And then the shoes, like I don't spend a massive amount of money.
I think, yeah, but you spend exactly what it costs to
Yeah.
give you your look. It just so happens that T-shirt didn't. But if it did, like I imagine that you strike me as a man who probably has his fair share of Fred Perry button-up tops.
I used to.
And that would be quite expensive, and you would happily spend that.
Yeah, they're mad. They're like, what are they, like 50 quid or something? For
Yeah,
a
even
polo
more,
shirt,
depending on
yeah.
where you're buying them, even more, yeah. So,
You spend a bit on your club, don't you?
yeah, I mean, buying,
Unless
that's
you
where
get
I
it
spend
for
my
free.
money, really.
You
Restaurants,
get a lot of freebies, Rory.
restaurants and clothing is where I like to spend money. I enjoy spending money on clothes. Yeah, I like clothes shopping. Yeah, like, part of that day where I go and get my hair cut and whatever, have a bit of a luxurious day, that will involve a trip down Marylebone Lane and pick up.
You're so posh. Just as we wrap on this one, how much would you say you guys spend monthly on your male grooming stuff? What would you say?
Oh, not much. Not much.
100? 200?
No, it can't be that much because these things last forever. You know, you buy yourself a nice little
Yeah,
bit of Aqua
yeah.
de Parma for smelling or whatever, and it lasts forever. It can't be more.
Oh, actually, that's very interesting you say that for smelling because I know you've recently, Rory bought a bit of Tom Ford.
Yeah, I went
Rory never goes expensive with his aftershave.
Yeah.
Like, he's almost
Never wore it.
Which
really.
one? Which one?
I went for Tom Ford Extreme Noir.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Extreme Noir, that's
Black
me.
Orchid.
I got
the
Tom
one.
Ford
Yeah.
on now.
Have you?
Have you?
Yeah.
I've got it on right now as
Yeah,
well.
we all need a bit more on. I
That's
think.
why no one can smell anyone.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Like we're just
Yeah.
countering each other out. Yeah.
I've
But
gone that.
that's one thing that I've gone a bit crazy with.
I think you have
like
to.
before, I remember when I was young, it was like Versace blue jeans, like
You have
25
to.
quid, whatever. You know what I mean? Now,
was it
Yeah.
Jean-Paul Gaultier?
Yeah, the
Yeah, Jean-Paul
topless.
Gaultier.
Yeah. The guys with the muscles.
now though, I've gone as far as like 300 quid.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
That's
I
more of
haven't
an
done
oud kind
Yeah.
of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that oud is strong, man.
Mate, it's ridiculous.
Oh
It
my
lasts.
God.
It does last.
But you have to. Like, I think
like
there is
you do. I feel
some
like you
things
do.
you can go a bit budget on. I think
Yeah.
you can be frugal, but you can't really be frugal on that, can you?
Well, I bet there is budget ones out there.
Oh, mate, I remember when I was
really
a kid.
Fantastic.
And, yeah, my mum used to get me the same cologne. It was Donne done a cologne.
Did they really?
Mate, yeah, oh yeah.
Don't hate
And I
that.
remember
it
I
with
used to
slip-on
douse myself
shoes?
in it, and I was like, right, here we go.
Yeah.
I think there should be one thing, even if you haven't got a lot of money, right? I don't have a massive amount of money, but like, if there's just one thing,
Yeah, look after yourself.
one
on
little
front,
luxury,
yeah.
right? And like, I think a really nice cologne, or a very expensive haircut, something like that, right? It's a nice luxury to have.
Yeah, I completely agree.
It's funny
with
you say that because I've got my own sort of grooming kit.
Yep.
So I used to trim myself all the time. But now there is something about me spending 30, 40 quid and going to a barbershop and actually doing it.
that. So what would you go to the barber for your beard or for
Yeah,
everything?
everything.
So what, when it grows out on the sides a
Yeah.
bit too much, go and get the whole lot done
Yeah,
together.
do it fresh. Bring out what's that? thing?
Cutthroat.
Yep. Do all that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Go and treat
You
myself.
need that on your head though, because you miss these bits. Everyone
See,
misses
I
these
used to
bits.
think that, but then I used to get razor bumps at the back when they did it.
I mean, that's going to
Yeah.
happen. Yeah, you got to use a lot of products and stuff. And like when we do head shaves in our shop, we wrap it up with a hot towel for ages
Yeah.
and use all these things so it
See,
just
that's
glides.
lovely, man. That
That's
just sounds
proper, that
beautiful.
sounds great.
Mate,
that does.
come in, man.
You
We'll
should
sort
do
you
that,
out.
Eddie.
I have to treat
You
myself.
should do that, mate. Like we said earlier,
What would
this
it
is all
cost? How much?
binding.
What are we talking? What's the haircut?
What for you or
No,
for?
just in general.
Oh, so
Ade walks in, bald head and beard. That's all I need. What am I talking?
do you want me to use the razor and the beard as well?
I want everything.
You want the whole thing?
I want
It's
everything.
probably going to cost you about 60.
It's worth it, though, isn't it?
Nice.
Yeah, obviously it's free. though,
How
isn't
often
it?
would you need to do that as well? Every other
Well,
week?
No, well, only when I'm proper like doing something. So if I've got an event, normally if it's just me and you on the social, I just I cut my hair myself.
It would be nice if you would extend to me the same courtesy that you would other projects.
Yeah, it's true.
Why do you see me as being lesser? Why don't I qualify for the razor blade?
Well, because you call me the housewife's favourite regardless.
Yeah, that's true. He is a housewife's favourite, don't you think?
Was that? I don't know. What does that mean?
I just think that if you were a housewife at home and you happen to have talkSPORT on,
Right.
Ade Oladipo, you can imagine it. Look, you're a housewife, right?
Yeah.
You're stuck in your sexless marriage and Ade comes on the radio.
Sexless match.
Jesus. I'll ask my mum when I get home.
I could just imagine that Ade is definitely your favourite hour on the radio.
Yeah, of course it is. Miles, appreciate it.